Next presentation, I will present Mrs. Gunay Safarova. She is from Azerbaijan University of Languages. Also, she is doing her PhD at Azerbaijan National Academy of Science. She is also instructor of Hebrew and a specialist at Israel and Middle East Studies Center of Azerbaijan of University Languages. Her presentation is called Azerbaijan in the Works of Jewish Authors. Please, Gunay, the time is yours.
Thank you so much, dear guests and participants. We are glad to see you here. But I would like to say something a little bit in Hebrew for our Jewish guests. Yes, האורחים הנכבדים, המשתתפים והמשתתפות יקרים, ברוכים הבאים למדינה שלנו, לאזרבייג'אן, לאוניברסיטה שלנו. ואנחנו כל כך שמחים שרואים אתכם פה, והנושא שלי יהיה על אזרבייג'אן ביצירותיהם של מחקרים ממוצא יהודי. אני יכולה לעשות את ההרצאה שלי בעברית, אבל אני רוצה לא רק יהודים, כל המשתתפים פה יבינו אותי, לכן אני בחרתי אנגלית. Okay? Thank you. Thank you, Shalom.
Thank you very much.
Спасибо.
The title of my work, Azerbaijan in the Works of Jewish Authors. But first of all, I would like to give a little bit information about Azerbaijan. The Azerbaijan land attracted with its natural wealth, favorable climate, fertile soil, diverse of flora and fauna, convenient routes connecting west and east, north and south. Azerbaijan has long been a country where tribes and groups of different origin aspire to live in, and this country played an important role as a natural bridge for people of different religions and ethnic minorities. Now, it's no doubt we see a multicolored palette of ethnic minorities in Azerbaijan. They haven't lost their origin, their ethno-psychology, their mentality, language, culture, and even the memory of their past. They live in here, so safety, peace, it's no doubt. And among these ethnic minorities are the mountain Jews, descendants of ancient Jewish tribes who left their historical homeland after the destruction of the first temple in Jerusalem in the 6th century BC. Now you can see here Kırmızı Kasaba, okay, Red Town in English, where it's one of the towns that Jews live in a compact home with safety. Now, it should be noted that some information about Azerbaijan and its history can be found in several Jewish sources. One of them is Benjamin Tudela. Maybe you know him. Okay, Benjamin Tudelsky we also can say. Yes, Benjamin of Tudela is a major figure in medieval geography and Jewish history. Some information about the role and place of Azerbaijan in Jewish history is available in the Journey of Benjamin Tudelsky, in 12th century, who lived in the era of late Arab Caliphate. Okay, got it. The Travels of Benjamin is an important work not only as a description of the Jewish communities, but also as a reliable source about the geography and ethnography of the Middle Ages. Also, he doesn't directly speak about his country. He mentions the territories that were under the conventional jurisdiction of the exiled head of the Galut Jewish community outside Israel, in Baghdad. Okay, Galut, Galut Gola, it's a term of Hebrew language, and I would like to read it, and I'm sorry. I have written here. Galut, the Hebrew term Galut expresses a Jewish conception of the condition and feelings of a nation uprooted from its homeland and subject to aligned rule. The term is essentially applied to the history and historical consciousness of the Jewish people from the destruction of the Second Temple to the creation of Israel's state. Thus, we can say the first documented information about Jewish communities and settlements in Azerbaijan dates back to the 12th century. In the 12th and 14th centuries, Azerbaijan was an integral part and the central region of the Mongolian Ilkhan state. And during this period, according to official, the country turned into an important center of Eastern Jewry. Because Jews from Muslim countries immigrated here at as the Ilkhans were distinguished by certain tolerance. Another author of the 12th century, Samuel ben Ali, was the most prominent and important of the 12th century Babylonian scholars, and the only one of the Neo-Geonic period whose written work has survived. Samuel ben Ali is more specific than Benjamin Tudelsky, reporting on the Eastern Jewish communities and the names of their settlement in the Iranian geographical space, part of which was present-day South Azerbaijan in ancient times. Rashid ad-Dawla, I think everyone knows him, Rashid ad-Din, Fazlullah Rashid ad-Din. The most prominent, well-known statesman and cultural figure of the medieval Jewish community of Azerbaijan, Rashid ad-Dawla, was born in the family of a Jewish pharmacist in the city of Hamadan. He is better known as Rashid ad-Din in Azerbaijan. Rashid ad-Din Fazlullah Abu al-Khair Hamadani. At the age of 30, Rashid ad-Dawla converted to Islam, after which he received the name Rashid ad-Din. Rashid ad-Din, we say in English Rashid ad-Din. Under him, Azerbaijani cities of Tabriz and Maraga turned into centers of attraction for scholars of the Muslim world. At his own expense, Rashid ad-Din built the Ruby Rashidi quarter, okay, the name of this quarter, Ruby Rashidi, on the outskirts of the capital Tabriz, which became one of the outstanding social and cultural centers of the East. Jami al-Tabarikh, okay, the collection of chronicles. He is known for his multi-volume work, Jami al-Tabarikh, the history of the world, the collection of chronicles. Thus, he became a historian under the Ilkhanate of the Mongol Empire. Kazan Khan appointed him as his Grand Vizier, Vazir we say in Azerbaijan language, and he wrote the world history publication, Compendium of Chronicles, at the start of the 14th century with 400 volumes. The work contains a special chapter. The name of this chapter, Historia Shel Bnei Israel, I translated it, the history of the sons of Israel. Okay? In English, we translate it like that. But this chapter is still remained unpublished. It should be especially noted that everything that came out from the pen of Rashid ad-Din made a noticeable and significant contribution to medieval Jewish scholarship, which was able to develop on the fertile soil of Azerbaijan. Among the Jews of that time, whose life and work are closely connected with Azerbaijan, stands out Abu al-Faraj, John Gregory Bar Ibey. Okay, just Bar Ibey, we can say his name. For many years, Bar Ibey was engaged in scientific research and teaching at the Maraha Observatory. Here I noted what's the Maraha Observatory and when was it built. He lectured on Euclid and Ptolemy, compiled astronomical tables for beginners and scholars. According to the author, when working on historical works, he used the rich collection of the Maraha Library. At the Maraha Observatory, for many years, there has been a collection of funny and humorous stories grouped into language: Syriac, the titleless story and music stories, and in Arabic, Warriors of Exile. Bar Ibey died in Maraha on June 30, 1286, and the inhabitants of the city, as a contemporary note, rendered the greatest honor to his memory. All the shops were closed that day, and no one was minding their own business. According to researchers, Bar Ibey was a personality similar to his famous contemporaries of the Latin medieval world, which is another, the name of the verbs, Vincent de Beauvois and Albert de Grey, which is another proof of the role of Azerbaijan in the history of Eastern Europe. And, this is the main point for me. How is the country of Israel reflected in the works of young Azerbaijani teachers? The book entitled Israeli Culture and Art was jointly compiled by Bein Nadir Kızı Abdullah. She's also, meanwhile, was my teacher, now we are colleagues, and by me. Thank you. Why we decided to write book under this name? Because, first of all, I would like to point out that besides the Hebrew language at our university, students are taught many subjects related to Israel. One of them is Israeli culture and art. There is no systematic materials related to this subject in the Azerbaijani language. There are too many materials, but systematically it's difficult to find out. And so every time the materials are translated and given to the students, and the students have trouble finding materials in this direction every time. That's why we thought the best way is to write a book under that name. This book is a source for strengthening knowledge about Israeli culture and art of the modern stage. The book, which systematically contained information about Israel, was written in the Azerbaijani language, and we think it will play an important role in the development of students' knowledge. And if, dear Bein Mora, if you have any words about this work, because you are, no, you don't know?
Thank you, Gunay, for. I need to continue. Okay. Yes, of course. Yes, I thank you, Gunay, that she mentioned our book, but still we finished this book and we are going to publish it.
It's
maybe
still unpublished.
Yes, it's still unpublished, and yes, we want to publish this book, and also I think that we both think that it will be a great book that about the Israel art and culture from ancient time to the modern time. We also mentioned the Jews who lived not only in Israel, both who lived in abroad, in Latin America, USSR, Russia, Europe, and so on. We try to combine all Israel culture and also Jewish culture from the beginning till the modern time. That's all I want to add. Thank you.
Thank you so much. תודה רבה על תשומת הלב.
I again thank Gunay for her presentation.